The church on the hill was always quiet, but not the kind of quiet that feels peaceful. It was heavy, like the air was holding its breath. I'm Cal, the handyman who's been fixing leaks and creaky doors here for 30 years. The old stone building with its stained glass and sagging roof is all I've ever known. The brothers who live here, monks, I guess you'd call them, keep to themselves, praying and tending the garden. But lately, the nights have felt wrong. Lights flicker without reason. Strange noises echo from the walls, like scratches or low moans. I'd catch the brothers glancing at each other, their faces tight, avoiding the east wing's hallway. They never said why, but I could feel it. Something was off. One night, my cat Marty didn't come back to my room. He's a scrappy little thing, always curling up on my cot after I finish my rounds. I called for him, my voice bouncing down the cold stone corridors. Nothing. Then I heard a faint yowl from the basement door, the one sealed with iron locks. The brothers always told me to stay away from it, said it was just storage, but I'd never seen them go near it. The door was old, warped, with a crack at the bottom just wide enough for a cat to slip through. My stomach twisted. Marty was all I had. I grabbed my flashlight and a crowbar from my toolbox. The lock was rusted, but it gave way with a groan. The air that hit me was damp, sour, like something buried too long. The stairs descended into darkness, and my flashlight barely cut through it. Marty's yowls grew louder, guiding me down. At the bottom, the basement wasn't what I expected. No dusty crates or old furniture. Just a cavernous room, like a chapel carved from the earth. The walls were covered in strange symbols, sharp and twisting, like they were moving in the shadows. In the center was a well, its stone rim crusted with salt and etched with crosses and words I couldn't read. A heavy iron grate covered it, chained tight. The air pulsed, faint but steady like a heartbeat. Marty was crouched nearby, hissing at the well, his fur bristling. I took a step closer, and the pulsing got louder, vibrating in my chest. Something whispered my name, low and rough, like it knew me. I froze, my heart pounding. Marty's eyes locked on mine, and I swear he looked scared, like he was begging me to leave. But I couldn't. Not without him. I reached for him, and the whispers turned into a voice, cold and sharp. "Open it," it said. My hands shook as I grabbed Marty, pulling him close. The chains on the well rattled just once, like something was testing them. I ran back upstairs, Marty clawing at my arms. The brothers were waiting in the hallway, their faces pale. Brother Thomas, the oldest, grabbed my shoulder. "You went down there, didn't you?" His voice was low, almost a growl. I nodded, too shaken to lie. He sighed, looking at the others. "We can't keep it from him now." They led me to the library, a cramped room with shelves of crumbling books. Brother Thomas lit a candle and started talking. The church wasn't just a church. It was built centuries ago to guard something. A prison for a thing they called the Bound One. The well was its cage, sealed with salt, iron, and prayers. The symbols on the walls were wards, meant to keep it trapped. But the wards were old, fading, and the full moon tonight was making it stronger. The flickering lights, the noises, they were signs it was waking up. "It's been whispering to us," Thomas said, "trying to get out. If it does, this town, maybe more, is done." I didn't want to believe it, but I'd heard that voice. I'd felt the pulse. "What about Marty?" I asked, clutching him tighter. Thomas frowned. "Animals sense it first. He's probably why you noticed anything at all." They said the wards needed fixing, new salt, new prayers. But the basement wasn't safe anymore. The thing was too strong. I didn't care. Marty had led me down there, and I wasn't leaving this to chance. I'm fixing it, I said. They tried to stop me, but I was already moving. Back in the basement, the air was thicker, the pulse louder. Marty stayed close, his tail flicking. I grabbed a bag of salt from the brothers' supplies and started pouring it around the well, tracing the old lines. The symbols on the walls glowed faintly, then dimmed. The whispers grew sharper, angrier, saying things I couldn't understand but felt in my bones. Promises of pain, of freedom if I'd just unchain the grate. My hands shook, but I kept going, copying the crosses I'd seen, muttering prayers I half remembered from childhood. Marty hissed, his eyes fixed on the well. The chains rattled harder, the grate creaking like it might snap. Brother Thomas came down, carrying a book of chants. His voice was steady, but his hands trembled as he read aloud, words that burned my ears. The pulse slowed, the whispers fading to a low growl. I finished the salt circle, and the glowing symbols steadied, brighter now. The air felt lighter, like the thing was sinking back down. We worked through the night, reinforcing the wards, checking every symbol. By the time the moon started to fade, the basement was quiet again. The brothers looked exhausted but relieved. "You did good, Cal," Thomas said. "It's sealed. For now." We climbed back upstairs as dawn broke. The church bathed in soft light. Marty curled up on my cot like nothing had happened. I wanted to believe it was over, that I'd fixed it like I fixed leaky pipes or broken pews. But as I lay down, bone-tired, I heard it. A faint whisper, not from the well, but from inside my head. My name, soft and patient, like it was waiting. I sat up, heart racing. Marty's eyes were open, staring at the wall. The brothers didn't hear it, or they pretended not to. I looked out the window at the hill, the church standing tall but heavier now, like it was carrying a secret it couldn't hold forever. I keep working here, fixing what's broken. The lights don't flicker anymore and the noises are gone. But every night I check the basement door, make sure the locks are tight. Marty stays close, watching me. The brothers pray harder now, their voices low and urgent. They say the wards will hold, that the thing is trapped. But I know better. It's still down there, waiting. And it knows my name.